When we think about work from home setup, usually the goal is to maximize comfort and productivity. For me personally, working in a finance role in tech, I'm working in a very data-heavy role. So I will walk you through how my current setup maximizes my productivity, allowing me to do my work as fast as possible, at the same time providing me comfort. First, I want to introduce my favorite item within my setup, and it's this split keyboard. As you can see, unlike regular keyboards, this keyboard is split in the middle and curved upwards on each side. And furthermore, it is taller in the middle than at the two sides. This actually allows your wrist and arm to be aligned in the most natural angle possible. The reason I got this keyboard was because my old keyboard was constantly giving me wrist pains throughout my workday, as my wrist was often forced to rotate beyond my natural position, greatly hindering my comfort and productivity. This keyboard was a complete game changer for me, as I was able to type in the most natural position. There are other variations of split keyboards, with some even being completely split apart. I personally think split keyboard is so good for your comfort and productivity, and I couldn't recommend one enough. The next item is my ergonomic mouse. So years ago, I actually seen one of my colleagues using it in the office, and I was pretty skeptical about it at first, until this year when I bought one just to try, and now I could never switch back to my normal mouse. So similar to a split keyboard, one question you can ask yourself is, when you rest your arm on the table, which direction is your palm facing? And you realize that it's most likely facing diagonally inwards instead of facing down. And this is exactly the purpose of the ergonomic mouse. And furthermore, I really enjoy how the mouse curves inwards at the thumb area, allowing your hand to grip the mouse comfortably while doing work. So beside my mouse is my wireless charger. I use my phone quite a bit during work, typically to play music or listen to news when I'm working on more routine tasks like running reports where I don't really need to think as much. So having a wireless charger right in front of me is extremely convenient for me. Next, I want to talk about my dual monitor setup, or essentially having 3 screens. So on top of my laptop screen, which is 14-inch, I have 2 additional 28-inch monitors. I know most of my colleagues use just one monitor for work. I personally believe one monitor setup meets the basic necessity for work, but it's far from the most productive setup, especially for tech people like me working in data-heavy roles. So for my roles, for example, I look at Excel models and SQL queries very often, and oftentimes I have to side-by-side compare 2 different data-heavy reports. And when I started off with one monitor, it was really unproductive for me, as my laptop screen is only 14-inch, thus the screen is not usually large enough to read data-heavy files, and I have to do tons of zooming and scrolling. These days, my productivity massively increased with my 2 28-inch monitors, and I use my laptop primarily just for Zoom meetings or chatting with colleagues. Depending on the number of ports you have on your laptop, in order to fulfill the dual monitor setup, you probably will need an additional docking station. And usually the one you see in the office are pretty bulky, so it's not really suitable for home office. What I recommend is a mini docking station like this with multiple HDMI and USB ports, and it will usually be more than enough for all your devices. In order to support all my devices, I definitely need to have a good desk. I purchased this L-shaped desk with the intention of having a large area for me to do work, and also having extra space for entertainment. As you can see on the side of the desk, I do have enough space for my personal laptop and even a globe. When I'm taking breaks from work, I I can easily turn to my side to use my personal laptop to watch videos and relax. You might also be wondering, why do I have a table lamp when I'm already seated by the window? So the purpose of the lamp is to give my face a good lighting during my Zoom meetings, as I believe that showing your face brightly and clearly really leave a good impression to your colleagues. Last but not least, my secret lab chair. The model that I bought is Titan, which is meant for taller people, and if you prefer a smaller chair, I would recommend going for the Omega model. I think having a comfortable chair is super important for work. For me, I have two criteria for my chair. One is having an armrest, and secondly, having a backrest that is high enough for me to rest my entire head on it. I really dislike those ergonomic chairs that is only high enough for your back, but your head is somehow dangling in the air. So what do you think about my current setup? Let me know in the comments what are the things that you like or you dislike. I will probably still be making more upgrades on my setup, and my next upgrade will likely be my desk. I mean, this L-shaped desk has been really nice. I actually like it a lot. But recently, having been to the office and experiencing the standing desk, it has completely blown me away. I mean, the flexibility to switch from sitting to standing position at work is really a game changer in my opinion for productivity. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll continue to make more videos on working in tech and also my post-MBA life in general. And I'll see you guys in the next video.